And then the Lord will heal his servants, and they will rise up to see great peace, and they will drive out their enemies, and the righteous ones will see and give praise, and rejoice forever and ever with joy. And they will see all of their judgments and all of their curses among their enemies, and their bones will rest in the earth, and their spirits will increase in joy. And they will know that the Lord is an executor of judgment, but he will show mercy to hundreds and thousands, to all who love him. And you, Moses, write these words, because thus it is written and set upon the heavenly tablets, as a testimony for eternal generations. And it happened after the death of Abraham that the Lord blessed Isaac his son. And he rose from Hebron and went to the well of the vision in the first year of the 3rd week of this Jubilee, and he lived there 7 years. And in the 1st year of the 4th week a famine began in the land, other than the first famine which occurred in the days of Abraham. And Jacob was cooking lentil soup, and Esau came in from the field hungry, and he said to Jacob his brother, "Give me some of this reddish-colored soup." And Jacob said to him, "Hand me over your primogeniture, the right of the firstborn, and I will give you bread and some of this lentil soup." And Esau thought, "I will die. Of what use is this right of firstborn to me?" And he said to Jacob, "I give it to you." And Jacob said, "Swear to me today." And he swore to him. And Jacob gave his brother Esau bread and soup, and he ate until he was satisfied. And Esau despised his right of firstborn. Therefore Esau's name was called Edom, on account of the reddish-colored soup which Jacob gave him for his right of firstborn. And Jacob became the older one, but Esau was lowered from his seniority. And there was a famine upon the earth. And Isaac started to go down to Egypt in the 2nd year of this week, and he went to the Philistine king at Gerar, to Abimelech. And the Lord appeared to him and said to him, "Do not go down to Egypt. Dwell in the land where I shall tell you, and sojourn in that land, and I will be with you and bless you, because I will give all of this land to you and to your seed. And I will carry out my oath which I swore to Abraham your father, and I will multiply your seed as the stars of the sky, and I will give you your seed all of this land. And all the nations of the earth will bless themselves by your seed, because your father obeyed me and observed my restrictions and my commandments and my laws and my ordinances and my covenant. And now obey my voice and dwell in this land." And he dwelt at Gerar 3 weeks of years. And Abimelech gave orders concerning him and everything which was his, saying, "Any man who touches him, or anything which is his, let him surely die." And Jacob grew prosperous among the Philistines, and had many possessions, oxen and sheep and camels and asses, and much property. And he sowed in the land of the Philistines, and he raised grain 100-fold. And Isaac became very wealthy, and the Philistines became jealous of him. And all of the wells which the servants of Abraham dug during Abraham's lifetime, the Philistines stopped up and filled them with dirt after Abraham's death. And Abimelech said to Isaac, "Go away from us, because you are much greater than we." And Isaac went away from there in the 1st year of the 7th week. And he sojourned in the valleys of Gerar, and they dug again the wells of water which the servants of Abraham his father had dug. And the Philistines stopped him up after the death of Abraham his father, and he named them just as his father Abraham had named them. And the servants of Isaac dug wells in the valley, and they found running water. And the shepherds of Gerar became angry with the shepherds of Jacob, saying, "The water is ours." And Jacob named that well Harshness, because they had been harsh with us. And they dug another well, so that they also contended about it. And he named it Hostility. And he rose from there, and they dug another well. But they were not angered about that, and he called it Bread. And Isaac said, "Now the Lord has made wide a place for us, and we have increased in the land." And he went up from there to the well of the oath in the 1st year of the 1st week in the 44th Jubilee. And the Lord appeared to him during that night, on the new moon of the 1st month. And he said to him, "I am the God of Abraham your father. Do not fear, because I am with you, and I shall bless you. And I shall surely multiply your seed like the sand of the earth, because of Abraham my servant." And he built an altar there where Abraham his father had built it first, and called upon the name of the Lord. And he offered a sacrifice to the God of Abraham his father. And they dug a well and found running water. But the servants of Isaac dug another well and did not find water. And they went and told Isaac that they did not find water. And Isaac said, I have sworn an oath on this day to the Philistines, and this thing has happened to us. And he named that place the Well of the Oak, because he swore an oath there to Abimelech, and to Ahuzat his friend, and to Phicol the commander of his army. And Isaac knew on that day that under pressure, but he swore an oath to them, and made peace with them. And Isaac cursed the Philistines on that day, and he said, Cursed be the Philistines for the day of wrath and anger from among all the nations. May the Lord make them as scorn and a curse, and the object of wrath and anger at the hands of the sinners and the nations, and the hands of the Kittim. And whoever escapes from the sword of the enemy and from the Kittim, may the righteous people uproot them from beneath the sky with judgment, because they will be enemies and foes to my sons and their generations upon the earth. And no remnant will be left to them, nor one who escapes on the day of the wrath of judgment, because all of the Philistine seed is destined for destruction and uprooting and removal from the earth. And therefore there will not be any name or seed which remains upon the earth for any of the Captorim, because if they go up to heaven, from there they will fall, and if they are set firm in the earth, from there they will be torn out, and if they are hidden among the nations, from there they will be uprooted. And if they go down to Sheol, even there their judgment will multiply, and also there will be no peace for them there. And if they go into captivity by the house of those who seek their life, they will kill them along the way. And neither name nor seed will be left for them in all the earth, because they shall walk in an eternal curse. And thus it is written and engraved concerning him in the heavenly tablets, to be done to him in the day of judgment, so that they might be uprooted from the earth. In the 2nd year of this week, in this Jubilee, Rebekah called to Jacob her son, and spoke to him, saying, My son, do not take for yourself a wife from the daughters of Canaan, as did Esau your brother, who took for himself 2 wives from the daughters of Canaan. And they have embittered my soul with all their impure deeds, because all of their deeds are fornication and lust. And there is not any righteousness with them, because their deeds are evil. And I love you very much, my son, and my heart and affection bless you at every hour of the day, and every watch of the night. And now, my son, heed my voice, and do the will of your mother, and do not take for yourself a wife from the daughters of this land, but from my father's house and my father's kin you will take for yourself a wife from my father's house. And the Most High God will bless you, and your children will be a righteous generation and a holy seed. And then Jacob spoke with Rebekah his mother, and he said to her, Behold, O mother, I am 9 weeks of years old, and I have not known or touched or been betrothed to any woman, nor have I been thinking about taking for myself a wife from the daughters of Canaan, because I recall, O mother, the words of Abraham our father, for he commanded me that I should not take a wife from the daughters of Canaan, because I should take a wife for myself from the seed of my father's house, and from my own kin. I heard some time ago that daughters had been born to your brother Laban, and I have set my heart upon them that I might take a wife from among them. And therefore I have guarded myself in my soul, lest I sin or be corrupted in any of my ways all the days of my life, because my father Abraham gave me many commands regarding lust and fornication. In spite of everything which he commanded me for these 22 years, my brother has contended with me, and he frequently spoke with me and said, My brother, take as a wife one of the sisters of my 2 wives. But I did not desire to do as he had done. I swear, O mother, before you all the days of my life, that I will not take for myself a wife from the daughters of the seed of Canaan, and I will not act wickedly as my brother has done. Do not fear, O mother. Trust that I will do your will, and I will walk uprightly, and will never corrupt my ways. And then she lifted her face toward heaven, and spread out the fingers of her hands, and opened her mouth, and blessed the Most High God, who created heaven and earth. And she gave to him glory and praise, and she said, May the Lord God be blessed, and may his holy name be blessed forever and ever. He who gave me to Jacob, a pure son and a holy seed, because he is yours, and his seed will belong to you for all times, and in all generations forever. O Lord, bless him, and place in my mouth a righteous blessing, so that I might bless him. And at that time, when a spirit of truth descended upon her mouth, she placed her 2 hands upon the head of Jacob, and said, Blessed are you, O Lord of righteousness and God of ages, and may he bless you more than all the generations of man. May he grant to you the way of righteousness, my son, and to your seed may he reveal righteousness. May he multiply your sons in your lifetime. May they rise up according to the number of the months of the year, and may their sons be more numerous and greater than the stars of heaven, and more than the sand of the sea. May their numbers increase, and may he give to them his pleasant land, just as he has said he would give it to Abraham and his seed after him always, and may they hold it as a possession forever. And may I see, O my son, that you shall have blessed sons in my lifetime, and a blessed and holy seed may all your seed be. And just as you have given rest to your mother's soul in her lifetime, the womb of the one who bore you likewise blesses you. My affliction and my breasts are blessing you, and my mouth and my tongue are praising you greatly. Increase and overflow in the land, and may your seed be perfected in every age in the joy of heaven and earth. And may your seed be glad, and on the great day of peace may it have peace. May your name and your seed stand for all ages, and may God Most High be their God. And may the God of righteousness dwell with them. Then with them may be his sanctuary built for all ages. The one who blesses you will be blessed, and all flesh which curses you falsely will be cursed. And she kissed him and said to him, May the Lord of the world love you, just as the heart and affection of your mother rejoices in you and blesses you. And she stopped blessing him. And in the 7th year of this week, Isaac called Esau, his elder son, and said to him, My son, I am old, and behold, my eyes are too dim to see, and I do not know the day of my death. And now take your hunting gear, your quiver and your bow, and go out into the field and hunt for me, and catch something for me, my son, and prepare for me food, such as my soul desires, and fetch it to me, so that I might eat and my soul might bless you before I die. Now Rebekah was listening as Isaac spoke to Esau, and Esau went out early into the field, so that he might snare and take something and bring it to his father. And Rebekah called Jacob her son, and said to him, Behold, I heard Isaac your father speaking with Esau your brother, saying, Snare something for me, and prepare food for me, and bring it to me, and I will eat, and bless you before the Lord before I die. And now listen, my son, to my words which I command you. Go to your flock, and take for me 2 good goat kids, and I will prepare them as food for your father, just as he desires. And you shall take it in to your father, and he will eat and bless you before the Lord before he dies, and you shall be blessed. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, O mother, I will not refuse anything which my father would eat and which would please him. But I am afraid, my mother, lest he recognize my voice and wish to touch me. And you know that I am smooth, and Esau my brother is hairy. And I shall become in his sight like one who acts wickedly, and I shall be doing a deed which he did not command me to do. And he will be angry with me, and I shall bring upon myself a curse, and not a blessing. And Rebekah his mother said to him, Upon me let your curse be, my son, but obey me. And Jacob obeyed Rebekah his mother, and he went and took 2 good and fat goat kids, and he brought them to his mother, and his mother prepared them just as he liked. And Rebekah took the favorite clothing of her elder son Esau, which was with her in the house, and she put it on Jacob her youngest son, and hides of the goats, and she placed on his hands and on the bare parts of his neck. And she gave the stew and bread which she had prepared into the hands of Jacob her son. And Jacob entered into his father and said, I am your son. I have done just as you said to me. Come and sit down and eat from what I have snared, O father, so that your soul might bless me. And Isaac said to his son, How have you found it so quickly, my son? And Jacob said, It is because your God directed me. And Isaac said to him, Draw near and let me touch you, my son, to know whether you are my son Esau or not. And Jacob drew near to Isaac his father, and he touched him, and he said, The voice is the voice of Jacob, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he did not know him, because the change was from heaven, in order to distract his mind.